My friends with benefits has feelings for me, and I don't know how to navigate. Ooh, lovelies. It looks like we've got a bit of drama and maybe even a little bit of karma. Let's just jump into it, shall we? Again, this is my first time reading it, so I have no idea how this is going to turn out. But I have been told by a little birdie that it will hopefully be positive, so fingers crossed. This was posted April 14, 2025, by the user ImpossibleFun7483. So, about 6 months back, I went out for drinks with some friends, one of which was Chris, fake name, obviously. Chris and I have known each other since we were in middle school, and we were never super close, but we were always good friends, if that makes sense. She got wasted and was being flirted on by another guy in the group who was sober, which set off alarm bells for me. So when we were all walking to our apartments and he'd lingered, instead of going to my apartment, I ended up crashing on her couch. The next morning, while we were having breakfast, she admitted she found me cute, really appreciated what I did the night before, and wanted to know if I'd be up for a friends with benefits situation. Oh, ho, ho. Okay, Mr. Knight in Shining Armor. So, ever since then, we've been just that. We'd both gotten out of relationships at the time, and surprisingly, this friends with benefits situation resulted in us actually becoming really close friends, to where we now actually just hang out more often than we hang out specifically with the intent to sleep with each other. Well, before, we had a pretty strict no staying the night rule, because for her, quote, that felt like a step beyond friends with benefits. But late last month, she asked if I'd be willing to stay the night because I just really needed someone to cuddle with tonight. Okay. And I didn't think anything of it and obliged. But now it's become every time we do it, one of us ends up staying the night at the other's apartment. She's also been making more overtly flirty comments towards me when we're with friends, which was another rule that we had because we wanted to keep things private. Problem is, I don't know that I share her feelings. She's amazing, don't get me wrong, beautiful. Can't undersell this. I work in a field where I work with models on a regular basis, and most of them do not compare. No idea why she picked me of all people. Brilliant, driven, and one of the most kindest people I know. This girl volunteers at a soup kitchen weekly. I've been incredibly grateful to have gotten closer to her over the past 6 months. I think she's one of those people that if you're lucky, you get to meet even one of those in your whole life. I know once feelings get involved, there's no real going back to a strict friends with benefits, but I would also rather get buried alive than hurt her. So I would love some advice on how to handle this. TLDR, I, 28 male, have been with a friends with benefits, 27 female, Chris, for about 6 months and suspect she's caught feelings. I need help navigating the situation. Okay, first comment. I think this is unavoidable. 2 close friends who've known each other and sleep together are bound to get attached. As for navigating it, if you don't want to be in a relationship, you can let her know. It's likely that the friendship will get messy, and it's quite possible that you would need to take some space from each other until you can reset the friendship. I am of the belief that ultimately, friends with benefits don't really work out in the long term. They are temporary situations for all parties until one finds a partner or gets too attached to the other party. OP responds, I do kind of dread the conversation. I know it's something I have to do. But she's my best friend in the entire world, and I'd do anything for her. I just don't think I share romantic feelings for her. Part of it might be that the relationship I got out of shortly before starting this with her ended spectacularly bad and very much exploded, and I don't know that I'm ready for a relationship with anyone, honestly. At the same time, I dread if I tell her it could harm our friendship. Next comment. Not having this conversation is being unfair to her. She is getting strung along, maintaining the hope that you might want to be with her down the road. Ooh. That's a good point. OP's response. Totally fair point. I only really had all of this click this morning when I came to make the post. I don't know that I've even fully processed it if I'm being entirely honest. But I know she's off work, and I think it's probably time to pull the band-aid off. I don't know that a relationship with her in the future is completely off the table, but I do know that at this moment, it might have to be, because I don't know that I'm in a position to have a relationship with anyone. Comment. It's great that you've realized that, and it sounds like you own it fully. I wouldn't mention to her that a relationship is potentially on the table, because that might lead her to keep hoping. OP's response. We had a brief conversation, and it was exactly as I suspected. I told her up front that I am not in a good place to be in a relationship. Frankly, I have trust issues and stuff right now I've got to work through first in therapy. Wow, good on you, OP. Look at you looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, I gotta fix that before I'm ready for anybody. I told her that I think the world of her, but at this point in my life, I'm not ready to enter into a committed relationship. She said she understood and then hung up. I'm going to give her some space and let her lead, reaching back out if she chooses. Oh, no. Comment. Hopefully you didn't let a good thing go here. The way you've described her was effusive, and maybe your past experience with someone who wasn't her is keeping you from fully embracing what sounds like could be a great partnership. Good on you for taking care of your mental health, and I genuinely hope things work out. Effusive, enthusiastic, gushing, heartfelt, full of positive emotion. Thank you, Google, because I was like, I context clues tells me that this is possibly positive, but okay, thank you. All right, OP's response. I hate to say this now, but I can't help think that I may have made a tremendous mistake in not giving myself some time to process all of it before jumping straight into like a problem-solving mode. I've gotta just live with it for now and hope I didn't just make a horrible mistake that I can't fix. OP, I feel really bad because it sounds like they have that at least enough of a mindset on themselves to be like, okay, I know I have problems. I'm still dealing with trust issues, etc., etc. Just got out of a bad relationship. I need to work on myself. That shows a massive level of maturity. That is, I'm not going to lie, a total freaking turn on. The fact that you can look at yourself and be like, okay, I'm not perfect. I know these things. These are some of the problems that I've identified. Let me go try to work on myself before I go and ruin a possibly I'm hoping, fingers crossed, but I'm hoping the OP's and Chris's relationship turns out to be amazing because she sounds amazing. And honestly, I just want OP to have a little bit of a happy ending. I'm sorry. Okay, update. 2 days. Holy crap, this is a long one. This has multiple updates. Okay. Well, I didn't really expect to have an update this soon or at all. I suspect it'll be the only update. After the first post, I called her and I told her I suspected that she had feelings. I was right. And told her I didn't have feelings and wasn't ready for a relationship out of panic for the situation. Thankfully, it was a therapy day. I talked things out with my therapist about how I have serious fears about getting back into a relationship, how those fears made me react too quickly, and how now that things potentially collapsed, that I've re-examined how I feel about her. Oh. After therapy, I just let myself sit with these things for a while. Then I called her. The call went to voicemail. No. So I texted her and let her know I wanted to talk and wanted to do it in person if she was willing. She texted back and said that she'd be willing to meet for dinner to hear me out. So I laid everything out for her. How my last relationship fucked me up, and how that made me panic when I realized she had feelings and act before I even gave myself time to process. And then I told her how I really felt, that her voice is my favorite sound, how her smile is what I see when I close my eyes, all of it, and most importantly, that if she was willing to be patient with me, I wanted to give us a shot. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my God, that is too cute. Okay, shut up. Anyway, I am taking her on a proper date this weekend. Yay! Okay. TLDR, I nearly ruined things but managed to salvage it and got the good ending. What is this, a video game? 100% approve. Okay. Um, Comment. Glad you got your head sorted. Based on how you described her, it definitely sounded like you had some feelings. They're just really messy with the other stuff you're dealing with. OP's response. Honestly, reading back how I described her and how I felt the need to gush about her was the first moment I went, wait, do I have feelings? Yes, OP, you do. You do, honey bun. You did. Okay. Update 2. Wait. Oh, yeah, I guess that is update 2. Hi, all. I just wanted to give a second and probably final update, unless we get, like, married or something. I hope so, please. Okay, anyway, I just got home after spending basically all day yesterday and part of today with her. On a scale of 1 to 10, the date was an 11. Oh! The day after my last update, she and I had a long call while she was out on lunch from her job. It really wasn't anything specific, but I made up the excuse that I was doing photography at a local greenhouse later that day to steer the conversation to flowers. I found out her favorite flower was lilies, and lucky for me, I already knew her favorite color was pink. So I picked up a bouquet of pink lilies that day and had them waiting. Oh my God, that is so cute. Oh, side note, I think lilies are highly poisonous to cats, so do be careful. Anyway, then came Saturday. I got to her apartment and I swear nothing could have prepared me for the moment she opened the door. I photographed models on Miami Beach at sunset. I photographed landscapes in Iceland and Ireland. I've done a wedding in a small vineyard in Italy. I don't say any of that to brag. I say that because I thought I had a pretty good grasp on what beauty was in my experience. But the second she opened the door, the definition was changed for me. Oh my God, stop. It is so cute. Ah! Her eyes were the first thing I noticed, of course. Her eyes are like these beautiful ice crystals in her head. What? It was cute until she said ice crystals in her head. Sorry. And they were highlighted by this gorgeous tan dress and the way her hair framed her face. Her smile when she saw the flowers made me freeze completely. I literally turned into a stuttering mess. I've never had that happen in my life. I'm usually confident and hard to fluster. But this outstanding human being did it without trying. Ooh, girl, you know she tried. You know she tried. Come on now. She put effort into you, my man. And don't you dare forget that. I finally managed to hand her the flowers, and we took them in and put them in a vase. A couple months ago, she made an offhand comment about how she wanted to visit this upscale Italian restaurant in our city. So that's where I had made reservations. Oh my God, if you want a girl to freaking swoon, just remembering something as small as like little offhanded comments, it doesn't matter how you do it. If you write it in a little notebook or something, and you just suddenly pull that out of your pocket on like a random date or just for the funsies, I'm telling you, swoon right there. The food was probably pretty good. I was too distracted by her to care that much about if the food was good. She info dumped about how apparently lactose intolerance is a skill issue. Her words, not mine. She does this cute thing while she'll apologize for info dumping, and when I encourage her to keep going because I love hearing her talk, she bobs her head back and forth. It's it's a bit like watching a penguin dance. I don't know how else to explain it, but it makes me smile every time she does it. Oh my God, that is so cute. Oh, that's so adorable. Okay. After that, we walked a block to a bar because they had live music. We got a single drink each, and the band started playing something by the Beatles. She made a comment about how it was her favorite slow song, so it felt like something to take a mental note of. My guy, you are a freaking king right here. Okay, okay. See, he already knows about taking those mental notes. Okay. So I asked her if she wanted to dance with me, and we did. Okay, I need to stop. Okay, okay. I'm just so happy. And then it happened. She kissed me. It's weird. We've made out before, but this time it just felt different. It was like the lights dimmed around us and everyone else just disappeared for a moment. It was just us in each other's arms. Then she pulled back. She had to be sure to jokingly remind me that I had nearly missed out on that. I ended up staying the night with her, and today we just laid in bed until like 1 p.m., just chatting and cuddling. Oh my God. Stop. That is so cute. After we finally got up, we went and got lunch together. We discussed what we both want in our futures. We both want kids. We both agreed that we both wanted to adopt at least one of them to pull the kid out of the system and give them a good life. Our goals seemed to align well. The only difference was she apparently wants a spring wedding. I had always planned on getting married in the fall because of the photo opportunities. I guess I'm having a spring wedding. Smart man. I know, early to think about a wedding, but I made a realization. In the last 2 months, we've spent more days together than apart. I did the math earlier this week because the thought occurred to me. So I read through our texts. A little dork. From February 1st till April 12th, we only spent 32 days apart. We still talked on most of those days over the phone and text, of course. And we spent 39 days together. Oh. Of those 39, only 4 with the explicit intent to sleep with each other. Yet somehow, I still didn't realize I was in love with this woman. You absolute dunderhead. Oh my God. This dude would have missed out on something adorable. Okay, TLDR, while I nearly made a massive mistake, I managed to not only solve it, but had the best date of my entire life. Update, 8 months later, titled as Final Update, but there's still 2 more updates after that. Please, 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 please tell me it's going to be a wedding. Hey, all. Posting this with mod permission because I wanted to give you all one final update to my story. It's not. It's been a bit more than 8 months since I made my first post and update, and the 2 of us are still together. We moved in together about 2 months ago, which in my head feels like a short amount of time to date before moving in. But after discussing things, it does feel like we've been dating for so much longer than 8 months. Because for several months before, we were basically dating already. When I made my first post, I was still dealing with the fallout of an incredibly toxic and abusive relationship that truly strained my ability to trust and allow myself to feel love. I'd be lying if I said, even through therapy, that my trust issues have been resolved. But she's been so incredibly lovely and patient with me. She is genuinely just a spectacular human being. This is the first time a relationship has ever just felt simple. I don't feel like I have to perform for her. And genuinely, my walls have finally come down. Oh my God, that is so cute. Well, shortly after she moved in, she started dropping the hints. She started talking about weddings, wanting to start a family, etc. Quite a lot. I'm generally bad at picking up hints, but these were obvious even to me. So I just asked if these were things that she wanted and what timeline she was considering. I wanted to be positive that if I were to propose, I already knew the answer was going to be a yes. So I was probably overly thorough with getting her to say, "Yes, I want to marry you." Oh. I know she wants something romantic and grand, but I also know her as a person enough to know that she has a lot of social anxiety. I know we've agreed to a fall wedding. Oh, wait. I thought they were going to do a spring wedding. Okay. Hey, Love a little queen that's also willing to change her date. Um, I know we've agreed to a fall wedding. Luckily, I know a lot of people in the wedding industry since I'm a photographer. Okay. So, as long as the proposal is relatively soon, I can call in some favors and get things taken care of to make sure she gets the wedding of her dreams. I also know her dream vacation spot has always been Italy, which I've been to with clients in the past. Today, I booked the plane tickets. I told her that I have a photography gig I booked for in March and that I wanted to bring her along since I know she's always wanted to go. You sneaky little butt. Oh, I love it. Too cute. I've had a few choices of where to propose and have deliberated on that for a couple of weeks now. But what I've landed on is that the third day there, I'll be taking her to Rimini for the day. And near sunset, I will propose to her on the Ferris wheel there. Okay, can you please stop? This sounds like a freaking Hallmark movie. Oh, I'm dying. So cute. It was one of the only things that ticked all the boxes for what she wanted. I would move the heavens and earth to make things perfect for her because it's what she deserves. Oh my gosh, stop. You're so cute. So thank you all, especially those of you who were there to tell me I was being irrational and dumb in my first post. I remember being in that panicked headspace. Honestly, I thought I wasn't worthy of her back then because I thought I was too damaged. I thought there had to be some horrible fate in store for me, and I tried to run from those feelings. But I'm very glad many of you called me on it and got me to re-examine some things. I've never felt so loved and fulfilled in my life. She's the first person in my life that I don't question if she has ulterior motives being close to me. Frankly, she's not exactly starved for choices in the dating department, and if she didn't truly love me, she would just find someone else at that point. So, for some reason, she's chosen me. And I'm going to cling on to that for the rest of my life if I can. Oh my God. Stop. That right there would have been a wonderful ending. But you're going to tell me there. Stop. Am I seriously only halfway? I'm going to die. Oh no, it's over halfway through. Oh, water. Commenter. Mate, I was where you are now. All I can advise is that you talk through and agree on kids, finances, family, where you want to live, lifestyle, how work plays into your relationship, and how you make decisions on priorities, and how much effort each of you are willing to put in when you aren't aligned. With only a few months under your belt, think of past relationships. How did you feel at the 1 year, 2 year mark? Many of those things will echo in the future. Can you get through them, and do you agree today? Have the discussion. If you're aligned, it's golden. If there's doubt, explore further. Be safe with your heart and be open. Good luck. OP's response. Don't worry. These are all conversations we've already had. Both of us are financially secure and successful in our own careers. I already owned my home, and she was the one who suggested a prenup so that if for whatever reason things don't work out, we don't have to worry about that. We both want to adopt 2 to 3 children a few years down the line, preferably starting with one a bit older. Update 3 months later. In just under 24 hours, I will be proposing. Ooh, okay. All right. I've just finished getting everything packed up to get to the train to Florence tomorrow morning. As I sit here, she's in the other room packing her things. So I'd figured I'd come here to write out my feelings since this account has become a life journal of sorts for me. Honestly, I feel strange. Not in a bad way, of course. It's this weird, anxious excitement I've never felt before. I know it probably sounds silly, but before the trip, I had a talk about this with my therapist. I know the odds that things don't go perfectly according to plan are pretty high. Having to accept that I don't have control over things like the temperature outside or if it rains, and the only thing I can do is just let go. It's difficult for me. But ultimately, in less than 24 hours, I'll be engaged. I already know the answer. We've openly discussed everything. She knows I'm going to propose, just doesn't know when or how. Originally, I had a flowchart of if X goes wrong, then Y. but decided that instead I'm just going to exist in the moment with her. I trust that I know her well enough that if everything goes wrong, I'll still be able to find a moment that works. Hell, worst case scenario, I know she'd be perfectly okay with a low-key proposal at the end of the day when we get back to the hotel room. Anyway, wish me luck. Oh my God. Ah! I'm just so giddy for this LP. Okay. Next update. Update 1.5 months later, just over a year since the first post titled, I'm engaged. Okay, I'm engaged. Hello, friends. I'm a little late to update everyone here. I considered posting this to the relationship subreddit, but figured, for now, I'd keep it here. I wanted to make sure that we've gotten home and had time to discuss everything, so I could do one big update instead of small ones. First, I won't keep you hanging. We're engaged. Okay. She clearly knew what was happening on the day. I wasn't really subtle about it, so I'm not surprised. I had originally made intricate plans for the day, but I'd noticed in other cities that nothing brought her more joy than when we were able to just point in a direction and explore without maps. She'd have so much joy in just finding random little shops or sculptures or anything, really. I have diagnosed OCD, so just giving up control like that has always been incredibly hard for me. But I decided to give up that control and just wander with her for a while and make specific plans for the evening. We even found this cute outdoor flea market on our stroll, and she got a cute top from a vendor there. Okay. That is going to be her proposal top, by the way. She will never forget that shirt, dress, whatever it was. For dinner, I booked a table at Santo Bivatore. Neither of us speak fluent Italian, but we'd both learned enough that we could get through ordering and ask basic questions. I think she thought that's where I was going to propose, but I didn't want to be that obvious. Oh, you sneaky little butt. The atmosphere was lovely and the food was incredible. I highly recommend visiting to anyone considering it. Once we left there, I recommended we visit a festival I heard about, which was surrounding the Florence Eye, a very large Ferris wheel. I think there's the London Eye too, so maybe that's like a thing where the Ferris wheels are called like eyes. I don't know, just a thought. I don't think I've ever felt so much anxiety. I knew beyond a doubt that she'd say yes when I asked. But I don't know, I felt this urgent need to just make it perfect for her. Just the right blend of romantic while also actually thinking about what she would want. We made our way through the festival towards the wheel, and I was genuinely sweating enough that she had to ask if I was okay. Once we got on the Ferris wheel, it genuinely felt like my brain went blank. We were in one of the most beautiful cities in the world with this incredible view over the city. And all I could see was how stunning she was from across the cart. Okay, stop. You don't have to rub it in. Oh my God, that is so cute. Oh, goodness. As we got up to the top, I was panicking. For some reason, I couldn't find the ring because I couldn't remember which pocket it was in. And she clearly noticed. Before I could even get the question out, before I could even find the ring, she said yes. I'm assuming she was trying to make me feel less panicked, but she took the pressure off of me. Once we got home, it felt real. I know that the only thing that really changed was that now we call each other fiancé. And there's just something mind-blowing about sleeping in the same bed as your fiancé for the first time. Since we've started talking things through. We're eager, I won't deny that, but we're also realists. We want to build a life that we know will last together, so we've set our wedding date for October of next year. This gives us time to do some more travel together and basically just exist together. I think that's actually really smart to do instead of just jumping straight into having children, doing the marriage, the wedding, and everything, because I feel like that's going to add stress all of a sudden without you even really having the chance to like bond together as husband and wife or fiance and fiance, stuff like that. Luckily, her current job allows her to work from anywhere. So anytime I travel for work, as long as there's an internet connection, we can use it as a trip together. Oh, yay! Okay. Comment. Wow, I just came across your earlier post and I'm so happy to see this update. Congratulations! But as someone who was completely in love with his wife, even after she broke up with me after a decade, and is now in an even healthier marriage with way more pitfalls and potholes than the first one, I have one piece of advice that I learned from it all. Get into the habit now of talking with her about your feelings about everything, the good, the bad, and the awkward. Especially the awkward. If you think it's weird to be bringing that up, bring it up. Encourage her to do the same. Keeping an open book on your feelings like that stops them from getting too big and potentially twisted up. But also remember to express that they're your feelings. It's not about right or wrong, it's just how you feel and why. And remember, everyone has feelings and we often don't have much control about what they are. So feelings should always be considered okay. It's what we do with those feelings that matter. If the two of you express your feelings openly with each other, even when you don't like those feelings, then you've got a great shot at going the distance. And even if you don't for some reason, it'll be far easier to deal with. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the two of you are going to take this past last call to where the bouncers have to kick you out. The story of you not remembering which pocket the ring was and her saying yes before you found it, let alone ask the question, will become one that is oft told and is a treasured memory. OP's response. I've been open here about having diagnosed OCD, something she's very aware of and has gone through great lengths to try to help me through. So I think the second she saw me panicking because my brain detected something was wrong, she knew that she needed to step in. I truly feel like I'm the luckiest person on earth with her. I know a lot of people will say that about their partners, but it's truly incredible to have someone that knows many of the ways I've been hurt and the ways I've been broken. And instead of looking away, actively tries to help repair the damage. Oh my God, that is such a cute story. Oh, I'm so happy for them. Fingers crossed they live and have just like the longest, wonderfulest life together. They feel like they're perfect for each other. Oh, that is such a lovely, healthy relationship. I can't. It's so cute. Ah! Anyway, thank you guys for spending your time with me. Did you see any tips and tricks that maybe you can pick up for your partners? I know I definitely did. I need to write these down before I forget. Let me know in the comment section down below and have a lovely week. I'll see you later. Bye.